In this video, we are going to talk about the Huashan Mountain Road to Heaven. Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Mount Hua is a mountain in Shaanxi Province, about 120 kilometers, 75 miles, east of Xian. It is the western mountain of China's 5 great mountains, and has a significant religious heritage. Originally classed as having 3 peaks, the mountain is now classed as having 5 distinct peaks, the highest of which is the South Peak, which stands at 2,154.9 meters, 7,070 feet. Mount Hua is located in Huayin City, approximately 120 kilometers, 75 miles, south of Xian. It is located in southern Shaanxi Province, on the southeast corner of the Yellow River Basin's Ordos Loop region, south of the Wei River Valley, at the eastern end of the Qin Mountains. It is situated among the Qinling or Qin Mountains, which separate not only northern and southern Shaanxi, but also China. Historically, only the enormous plateau to the south of Huayin Feng, 5 Cloud Summit, was referred to as Tai Huashan, Great Flower Mountain. It could only be reached via the ridge known as Kanglong Ling, Dark Dragon Ridge, until the 1980s, when a second trail was developed to circumnavigate Kanglong Ling. 3 peaks with distinct summits were identified, the East, South, and West peaks. The East peak is comprised of 4 peaks. Xiaoyang Feng is the highest peak, facing Yang Summit, i.e. the summit facing the sun. It is claimed to be 2,096 meters, 6,877 feet, in elevation, and its name is frequently used to refer to the entire East Peak. Shilu Feng, Stone Tower Summit, lies to the east of Xiaoyang Feng, Botai Feng, Broad Terrace Summit, is to the south, and Yun Feng is to the west, Jade Maiden Summit. Today, Yun Feng is regarded as its own summit, the highest point on the mountain. 3 summits comprise the South Peak. The highest peak is Luoyan Feng Landing Goose Summit, which is 2,154 meters above sea level, 7,067 feet. Songgui Feng, Pines and Juniper Summit, is to the east, and Shaozi Feng lies to the west, Filial Sun Summit. The west peak contains a single summit, known as Lianhua Feng or Furong Feng, both of which translate as Lotus Flower Summit. It is located at a height of 2,082 meters, 6,831 feet. With the creation of a new trail to Huashan in the 3rd to 5th centuries through the Huashan Gorge, it became the world's longest river. At its base, as early as the 2nd century BC, there existed a Taoist temple, known as the Shrine of the Western Peak. Taoists believed that the god of the underworld resides in the mountain. At the foot of the mountain, the temple was frequently utilized by spirit mediums to communicate with the god and his minions. Unlike Taishan, which became a major pilgrimage destination, Huashan attracted only imperial and local pilgrims, and got little attention from pilgrims from the rest of China, due to the inaccessibility of its summits. Huashan was also a popular destination for seekers of immortality, due to the cultivation of several Chinese herbal medicines, and the rumored discovery of potent pharmaceuticals there. Ko Changji, 365–448, the founder of the Northern Celestial Masters, as well as Chen Tuan, 920–989, who spent the final years of his life in a hermitage on the West Peak, experienced revelations there. In the 1230s, the Taoist Quanzhen school took control of all the temples on the mountain. Huashan's management committee agreed in 1998 to hand up the majority of the mountain's temples to the China Taoist Association. This was done to aid with environmental protection, as the presence of Taoists and nuns serves as a deterrent to poachers and loggers. Huashan's slopes and peaks are dotted with temples and other religious monuments. The cloister of the Jade Spring, dedicated to Chen Tuan, is located at the foot of the Himalayas. Additionally, above the southernmost peak is an ancient Taoist temple that has been turned into a tea house in modern times. 3 paths lead to Huashan's north summit, 1,614 meters, 5,295 feet, the mountain's lowest peak 1,614 meters, 5,295 feet. The most popular is the ancient route through Huashan Gorge, which was established in the 3rd to 4th centuries AD and expanded gradually throughout the Tang dynasty. From Huashan village to the North Peak, it winds for 6 kilometers. A new route in Huangpu Gorge, named for the hermit Huang Luzi who resided there in the 8th century BC, follows the cable car to the North Peak, and is actually the historic track utilized before to the Tang dynasty but has since fallen into ruin. It had been unknown to local villagers living near the gorges since 1949, when a group of 7 People's Liberation Army soldiers, led by a local guide, used this route to climb to the North Peak, and captured over 100 Kuomintang soldiers stationed on the North Peak, and along the traditional route's path. This trail, which was renamed the Intelligent Takeover Route of Huashan in early 2000, has been fortified. The cable car system stations are located adjacent to the trail's start and end points. In 2013, a second cable car route was completed, this time to the West Peak. A succession of routes leads from the North Peak to the Kanglong Ling, a climb of more than 300 meters, 984 feet, along a mountain crest. Until 1998, this was the sole trail leading to the 4 other peaks: the West Peak, 2,038 meters, 6,686 feet; the Center Peak, 2,042 meters, 6,699 feet; the East Peak, 2,100 meters, 6,900 feet; and the South Peak, 2,154.9 meters. Huashan has long been a haven for hardy hermits, whether Taoist, Buddhist, or elsewhere. Entry to the mountain was purposefully restricted to the strong-willed, or those who had discovered the path. Chinese, particularly students, began to test their mettle and visit in the 1980s, as their mobility and income increased. The ascent has been dubbed one of the world's most perilous walks. As tourism has grown, and the mountain's accessibility has significantly increased, since the cable car was installed in the 1990s, visitor numbers have risen. The mountain's numerous exposed, narrow pathways with precipitous cliffs earned it a well-deserved reputation for peril, while safety measures, such as deepening roads, erecting stone steps, and larger routes, and adding rails, have alleviated the danger to some extent. The local government has opened new paths, and built one-way ways on some of the more perilous sections, allowing the mountain to be scaled without significant risk currently, barring crowds and icy weather. Several of the more treacherous routes have been closed. The former trail connecting the north and south peaks, down a cliff face, was notoriously treacherous. There is now a new, safer, stone-built path, leading to the South Peak Temple and onto the peak itself. Many Chinese continue to climb at night, in order to reach the East Peak, before dawn, despite the fact that the mountain now has numerous hotels. This tradition dates back to a time when it was deemed safer to be unaware of the tremendous danger of the tracks while ascending, as well as to prevent colliding with descending visitors at sections where trails barely have enough room for one visitor to pass safely. What do you think about this video? Which of the following facts about Huashan Mountain Road to Heaven do you find most interesting? Let us know down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.